Welcome to That's Good for Footy.
Forget about the heartbreaks, the agony and heartaches. You give it all for the game's sake, and that's good for footy. Forget about the heartbreaks, the agony and heartaches. You give it all for the game's sake, and that's good for footy. And this is what you pray for, every night and every day for. You give it all, then you give more. That's good for footy.
Good evening, welcome. Wow, what a crowd. So nice to see you all. Welcome along to That's Good for Footy. Great to be here. We're at the Mentone RSL, 9 Palermo Street in Mentone. How good is it to be down here? A lot of you are saying thank you, Damien. It was great. We only had to walk across the road, which was really, really cool. So I'm glad that I and we could accommodate. But as I said, welcome down here tonight. These are the only live and interactive footy panel shows going around. This is where the fans meet the players and the players meet the fans. They're for the passionate supporters, and I know that's you guys. This show allows you to see the players be themselves, all right? I'm ready. Let's go. Let's get stuck in. St Kilda, May the 24th, 2023. Please welcome to the show. He's our first panellist. He was born on the 24th of November in 1995. He's played 96 games and he's kicked 46 goals. He made his AFL debut back in 2017, and when he plays for the St Kilda Football Club, he wears the number 19 on his back. Could you please welcome to the stage, Rowan Marshall.
When the Saints go marching in, oh, when the Saints go marching in, oh, how I want to be with St Kilda. When the Saints go marching in.
I told you, didn't I? We look like we're sitting at school. We're waiting for the school teacher to come out with and give us the ruler or something. How could you not be that infectious smile? Is it just not wonderful to be greeted by that? He's a beautiful boy, and it's so nice to have him here. First of all, just off the top, how are you, mate? Just in general, life in general, you good?
Yeah, going well. Happy to come along tonight and see so many happy Saints fans.
Yeah,
so it's good.
How good's that? Yeah, and you know why they're happy? Because you won. Yeah. How good's that? He played an integral part of that, as did this other fellow. Let's get him out here because he'll be so far out the back, he'll be going, am I coming out, Damo, or what? Let's get him out here. He is our second panellist. He was born on the 13th of December in 1995. He's played a total of 144 games and he's kicked 56 goals. He made his AFL debut back in 2015. When he plays for the St Kilda Football Club, he wears the number 9 on his back. Could you please welcome to the stage, Jack Steele.
When the Saints go marching in, oh, when the Saints go marching in, oh,
Go, sing.
to be with St Kilda. When the Saints go marching in.
I'd stop you if I could, but you're just enjoying yourselves too much. No, that'll do. Well done. Nice welcome. How's that, mate? Isn't it nice to walk out and just see that many smiling faces and they're all got the same agenda? We love the Saints.
Yeah, it's a great turnout, so thanks everyone for coming. Things are going well at the moment for us, so we just got to keep going, yeah.
I like that thought. I like it very much. We're going to get stuck in. It is a footy panel show. You all know that. That's why you're here. We're going to get stuck in with a little bit of stuff off the very top. They say a week is a long time in football. They weren't wrong, were they? Who'd want to be an AFL coach? Adam Simpson is under the extreme pressure at the Eagles. Michael Voss is also feeling the heat at the Blues, whilst we've just seen two of the best coaches of the modern era walk away from the game. Alistair Clarkson for an indefinite period, and now Damien Hardwick has hung up the boots. It's a rough gig and not for the faint-hearted. You guys were there when Rats was given his marching orders. What does this sort of thing do to the playing group and the club as a whole, and what goes on behind the scenes? What would be the message coming out of the club at the moment?
Are we talking about
Richmond? What we're talking about?
And North Melbourne?
North Melbourne, yeah.
This has happened a couple of times to us, and it's happened in a fashion that you probably don't really enjoy as players. You hear about it on social media before the club gets the opportunity to tell you themselves, and happened with Richo, happened with Rats in the off-season, so it was obviously hard with him. But it is a bit disappointing, I think, that it came out in the media before Dimmer was able to address the playing group himself, especially after the success that they've had and he's had coaching them. So, it is a funny feeling. And I'm really, I suppose, not hurting for the players, but, it's a very funny position to be in, especially in the middle of the year.
Yeah. What would be the message coming out of the club? What would they say? Solidarity, get around each other, keep it within these four walls. What sort of experience would you be assessing from that, Rowan?
It's definitely tough, especially when it happens halfway through a season. But, I think there's so many good AFL assistant coaches and things like that that are sort of ready to step up and, they'll obviously stew on it for a little bit, but they've obviously got to move on pretty quickly because they're still a really good side, and I think they'll do that, and it'll be interesting to see how it plays out.
They'll be smarting, but the best thing to do is stay within those four walls. Everybody, solidarity. Let's get out there and go on. We've got a game of football to win this weekend when they come up against Port Adelaide. So let's jump over to you guys now. The game that was, first of all, congratulations on the 12-point win. Yeah. It was obviously tough going against the Giants, especially on that surface. I know they'd had a twos game prior. Toby was back in and they threw everything at you, but this is what makes that win so much better. What did you guys take from that game?
We've obviously reviewed the game. I think we did that yesterday. And we had some pretty good findings from the game. We came across it, everyone did their part, played their role. Yeah. We didn't quite probably capitalise how we would have liked. We only ended up winning by 12 points, but a lot of the time felt like we were on top. Yeah. And then they would go down and kick a quick goal and release the pressure valve. So we thought we did a lot right, and coming out of the game, we actually realised how good of a side they are. Yeah, they've got some really good talent, and they've been in a lot of games throughout the year. So we sort of came away pretty happy with what we did. Yeah. But we're looking forward to this weekend's challenge in Hawthorn.
I'm really happy you said that, because that's going to lead me into what I want to discuss with you tonight, because there are so many key elements and key personnel and issues that have been surrounding the club, and I just thought we'd go through those while I've got you both here. The first thing I wanted to talk about was there's two things I love from that game. One was the win, and the second thing was that bloody jumper. I love that jumper. It's a fantastic jumper. It was my favourite jumper from the weekend, I think, mainly because of the symbolisation that went with it, the red, black and the yellow that obviously symbolises the Sir Doug Nicholls round. For me personally, I'm not trying to favour anyone here, but I just really loved the jumper. I thought it was great. It was a welcome return for Max on the weekend, kicking 4 in the win. Your small forwards would have been rubbing their hands with glee, I would have thought, leading up to the week, knowing that he was named in the squad. What was your thoughts personally? You, Ro, I want to talk about a couple of things with you, because you obviously have to use that ruck role that you play and then go down into the forward line, obviously to fill in holes and gaps sometimes. What was it like knowing that Max was coming back in? What was the atmosphere around the club like? Yeah,
it's awesome having Max back. He's obviously a superstar player, and we definitely walk taller when he's out there. He's such a presence. If he's not marking it, he's bringing the ball to ground. That's probably why we saw Higo Butts play such good games. And like you said, they'll be licking their lips, knowing that they'll be getting front and centre for the rest of the season with Max bringing the ball to ground. So, he's a really important part for us, and played really well on the weekend. He's an integral cog in the mix. I'm just going to read something here that you may have already heard. With Max in the side, if he isn't marking the ball, he brings the ball to ground. Yeah, you've just said everything about that, which is true though, which is where your smalls will flourish. Your forward line was obviously going back to look a little bit different. Max back in, Owen's going into the ruck. Was that part of the restructuring, or was that just to help you out a little bit? A little bit. Machedo's been a great player for us throughout the year as well. So with Max coming back in, Machedo's obviously probably going to get a second key defender or a third key defender, depending on whether they go to Caminiti. So, it's going to suit him. It's going to suit Caminiti. It's really exciting having Max back. And, I think when Mitch goes into the ruck, he's a real presence in there. He's not super tall compared to the other ruckmen, but he really cracks in, has a go, and I think the midfielders love him rocking.
Yeah. You're all probably familiar with it, but I do 2 current day players from each of the 10 Victorian clubs, and I love Machito. That's great. That's a really good name. It should be stated, though, that your forward line has been great over the last 8 or so weeks. The club has battled through adversity with more than your fair share of injuries. So to find yourself sitting 5th on the ladder with 7 wins and 3 losses, I think is a fabulous achievement. It's the same spot you were at round 10 last year. How are you feeling with your development as a team, as a club, as compared to last year?
I think we're a lot more confident in what we're doing in our system and our general belief.
Yep.
I think we skated through a few games last year where we just got by, and there was some, I suppose, worrying sides that hurt us later in that year. So it definitely, we're in the same position, but we definitely have a different mindset about what's going on, and I suppose confidence in the second half of the year and what we're capable of doing. So really looking forward to playing this game this weekend, having a bit of a spell, and then getting into the second half of the year and doing our absolute best to make finals.
Brilliant.
Shouldn't have said that.
They are the things that
I shouldn't have said that.
No, you should. Everything he says stays in these 4 walls, all right? Just to be clear. I just want to allude to the fact, because I may brush over something that you're going to talk about and vice versa. At the start of the season, I'm sure most people outside of the club might have written you guys off as a top 8 contender. This was only because of the amount of key personnel that you're actually missing at the time. So all things considered, I would see this as a vast improvement in the group. Ross has had to move the magnets around and entrust a few of your young recruits by giving them a bit of a baptism of fire. Mason Wood has been good since coming across from North Melbourne. Ross has allowed him more of a lateral movement. He plays that normal wingman midfield role, but also drops down into the forward line to give you some height and obviously marking options. Now you add into the mix Caminiti, obviously, who's just been offered a contract extension. How excited was that? In a lot of ways, I thought it was I'd crossed over from the news and I was seeing the Powerball announcement because he was just beaming from ear to ear, but it was beautiful to see. Plus, you've got Owens and Philippou, that again from the outside is not something anyone saw coming. They've recently stepped up and they are playing their role. The thing that I like is that all 3 of these lads, who have only played a combined total of 34 games between them, which is brilliant, and to cap it off, they have also kicked a combined 31 goals out of your total 118 for the season. We're talking boys that have only had 34 games experience between the 3 of them. That's bloody awesome. So as I wanted to just follow on with that, I think Ross would be pretty happy with that as a bit of a return of faith. Would you assess that as being true and correct?
Yeah, definitely. I think that's another pleasing thing about how well we're going this year is sort of how deep we bat. We've got 45 blokes on the list, and we know there's a lot of players at VFL level that are in really strong form as well and ready to sort of come in. And if there's an injury or whatever, like we've seen at the start of the season, we sort of had, like you mentioned, a lot of key personnel injured. It opens up spots for other players to sort of come in, and we've got full confidence that they're going to come in, play their role, and we've definitely seen that first part of the season. Yeah,
I think it's a massive credit to the players and the work that they put in over the summer.
Thank you. Exactly.
And the talents that they are, but it's also really good of Ross and the coaches to implement such a system so quickly and have such success with it. So it's I suppose it's good on both parts, really.
It is. There will be a sentence, or there'll be a phrase that I'll give you at the end of all of this that'll sort of bring all this and culminate it together. These boys have really complemented your Smalls and Higgins, Butler and Gresham, who was back in last week's game. And now when you get Big Tim Membry back in, you'll be back to nearly a full-strength forward line with the inclusion still of Jack Hayes, who's probably about another 6 to 8. There's some promising signs moving forward.
Yeah, definitely. We've still got, like you said, we've still got a pretty big injury list at the minute, but they're all starting to sort of trickle back within the next month. So it's going to be really exciting, and we look forward to them getting back on the park.
Absolutely. You are still missing Caulfield, who'll be out with 6 to 8, Jones 5 to 6, and Billings. He wouldn't be too far away. What's the?
Well, he's playing in the VFL at the moment.
Yeah.
And he's just trying to get a bit
His
of
form up.
continuity and
Yeah.
his form up. And he'll put his hand up for selection in the coming weeks. And you've got Daniel McKenzie, who's a pretty handy player as well.
Absolutely.
So,
Yes.
I think he's returning to the VFL in the coming weeks as well. So that'll be one to look out for too.
So exciting. What I really like about Ross's style and coaching is that he's been able to get you to compete in a manner that is pressure through fast ball movement and pressure through tackling, getting the ball moving forward at whatever cost. That is pretty well much the St Kilda game style and plan at the moment. Is that a fair assessment?
I'm not allowed to say.
Yeah. All right, good. Let's go with this then. Defensive pressure going in against the Giants was going to be the focus, as it always is. But particularly by the way that GWS play their style and brand of footy, it meant pressure from the Saints on the ball carrier, which would then hopefully result in creating turnovers. You can now talk about that because that happened last weekend. Would that be a fair assessment? Possibly.
I'm never too confident to spill what we sort of focus on during the week with Ross round. So I'll keep my lips shut.
Yeah, all right, cool. Moving on again. All right. Defensive pressure wins games of football, and Wilkie has been your great wall of China, along with Josh Battle, who's been manning the fence line. Couple him with that, your run and dash off half-back through Sinclair, brilliant on the weekend with 37. Stocker, a good inclusion to the side. Mr. Underrated, Hunter Clark, right? Plus, you've got good ball use in Burns, Crouch and Hill. And the run they provide in transition, especially between the arcs, make it good for footy viewing. Can we talk about that?
Yeah, definitely. You're exactly right. Our back line and our defence has been a strength of ours this year with some of the players you mentioned, and we've got a lot of ability for our players to sort of just change position. Like Hunter Clark, for instance, he can play in the midfield. Last weekend he played forward and he can play down back. Ryan Burns is much the same. Yeah. Jack Sinclair goes through the midfield as well. So we've got that versatility throughout our list, and no one's, if they get asked to, go out to a wing for a quarter, no one really turns their head away at it. So they take the challenge on with, as much as they possibly can and get on with the task. So it's good to see. It's
brilliant. I really enjoyed just reading out that passage because it shows what you were alluding to before, Ro, with the amount of depth that is in the side, and the players that are coming in are knowing their role because of the instructions they're being given by either the line coaches or directly from Ross, which is excellent. Now, all this is good, but it also stems back to good leadership. Jack, you've been leading from the front, even though you've had a few slight niggles with your body, your shoulder and then your knee. Are you carrying any other ailments at the moment, or is that something...
No.
Is that enough for you?
That's enough for now.
Yeah, good, so. All right. The reason I ask is because it's that time of the year. The best part is bye rounds are just around the corner. That's the part where you get to just, recuperate. Big Ro, you were really putting together a great-looking report card. I know you've been always... I know you have always got a smile on your face, but you're enjoying your footy at the moment. Are you? And how's your body feeling?
Yeah, definitely. I think it's probably been the most frustrating thing over the last sort of 2 years is, been carrying a few injuries and things like that. But, with Ross coming in, it's a clean start. I sort of had a chat to him before the Christmas break, and he just wanted me... in the off-season, he just wanted me to get really fit and just have full confidence in my body and everything like that, and was lucky enough to come back, put in a lot of work, run a PB, feeling as strong as I've ever felt. So it's just, good being injury-free at the minute. And,
isn't it?
I think we've really got a fit list, which is definitely, holding us in good stead at the minute.
Absolutely. Can I ask, did you have to work hard for your cardiovascular? Is that something you had to adapt and take on over that pre-season?
It's always definitely been a strength of my game is probably my aerobic capacity for a ruckman. But then, I probably never realised the level I could get to until this pre-season when Ross really sort of challenged me. And then, worked hard over the 3 weeks we had off over the Christmas break and come back and, ran a PB like I mentioned before. I think with 90% of the group that actually ran a PB that day. So, we're really fit and healthy at the minute. Yeah.
That's sensational. Really, really good. There you go. quick question for you boys. New blood comes into the club, obviously, because you've had a few new recruits come through. New blood comes into the club. There would generally be two emotions. One, am I that old? Or two, cool, bring it on and I'll show these young bucks. Which one are you?
Yeah, I feel like a fossil now. Yeah, you know, Mateus Philippou and some of these 18-year-old kids sort of come in and they say things and you've never heard of it before. So, yeah, it's a different.
You should try doing these shows. What about you, Jack? Same thing, same question. Two emotions. Am I that old, or mate? I'll show you what I'm capable of.
They're definitely. I'm in a similar boat to Ro. They make me feel a lot older.
Yeah.
But the way that they train and challenge a lot of the older players on the field, you know, drives the top end of the group, which is always good to have that healthy competition.
For sure.
But you're right, like the young boys come in and they just about speak a different language at times. So it's hard to relate, but I feel like our senior players and our leaders have done really good at trying to close the gap, I suppose.
Yeah, good. Because I actually noticed something. I saw Jack Riewoldt talk last night on AFL 360 about the mere fact that what Dimmer was able to do was bring everybody, unite everybody. You're talking about people from different parts of Australia, you're talking about different cultures, you're talking about different age groups. To make everybody assimilate at once, that's a hell of a challenge. You know, and every club faces that. It's not like they were any different, but I took note of that and I thought, well, that'd be a good question to ask, and that's why I brought it up. What's the one thing from your junior footy that has stayed with you and is true to your unique style? What were you renowned for and either still are? Is there something that you took from your junior footy that stays with you now?
In terms of the way I play?
Yeah.
I'd say when I played junior footy in Canberra, I was pretty small and I wasn't quick.
Yeah.
So I had to be clean with the ball.
Nice.
So I think throughout the years that's been a real strength of mine, and yeah, I think I'm still clean.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think so. Yeah.
I'm clean enough anyway. So.
Absolutely. Ro, is there something that you had?
Yeah, I was always a bit of a spastic as a junior. I never made interleague sides or anything like that. I was a bit of a beanpole, but then you know, I sort of got the feedback when I was 19, when I missed out on getting drafted, that I sort of had to go away and put on a bit more size and everything like that. So yeah, went away, worked hard, and then come in as a rookie. So I think, yeah, probably my work ethic, I'd say.
That's brilliant, because it is one of those things where you look and maybe it was a challenge in your junior years, but you've been able to use that challenge to make yourself better then, which is now adapted to where you are. The last thing I wanted to leave, this is where I was coming back to before. I'll leave you with this. Personnel doesn't always reflect success, but structure and game plan does. The two will complement each other once there is player buy-in. Is that a good assessment?
Yeah. Again, without going into the game plan too much.
Yeah.
Ross does say it a lot, that all that we've learnt over the pre-season and what we've been trying to implement the first part of the year, it's not possible without the effort.
Yeah.
So that needs to come first.
Yep.
So that's the message that we're constantly driving, is that
Good.
That crack in and that buy-in on game day.
Okay, thank you for sharing. I wrung it out and I got it. That was good enough. Well, let's go with that. All right, you're coming up against the Hawks this weekend at Marvel. Game kicks off at 1:45 p.m. on Saturday. They are coming off a 116-point win against the Eagles, so spirits may be up for them, but this game is going to be completely different kettle of fish. How do you see this one being played out, and where do you think it will be won and lost? And don't say scoreboard.
Yeah, we're obviously had a focus all year about just, I guess, just coming and playing your role and showing lots of effort and not really worrying too much about the result. So, yeah, I think just as long as we come and we have sort of 23 players that can tick off at the end of the day, that they sort of played their role and showed lots of effort, then, yeah, we'll be happy. So I guess that's just what we sort of want to see this weekend.
Brilliantly said.
Yeah, obviously they'll be up and about after their win on the weekend, so it'll be a fair challenge for us. I think they're a really talented side and we've just got to be careful. But like what Rowan said, we need to worry about us. We're going to scout them and see what they do well and I suppose what they don't do well, but then also worry about what we have been doing well in our process and our structures and all that sort of stuff as well. So.
Do you both like playing Marvel? Made,
Marvel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I thought you said, do you like playing marbles?
Do you? I used to love playing marbles.
I can't say I've ever played it, but I like playing it. I just know rocking up, you know what conditions you're going to get, so it's usually pretty good.
You know, they're never going to let you live that one down. That was my fault, but I loved it. That was beautiful. Sorry, Jack, I just rained all over that. But how do you feel about playing Marvel?
Yeah, similar comment to Ro. It's nice waking up on a cold, rainy winter morning knowing that there's a roof over your head when you're playing footy. So, yeah.
I like it. Fans like that one too. Yeah, well done. All right, all I want to do, I just want to close that segment with saying all the best to both of you, not just for this weekend, but also for the rest of the season. I want to see you injury-free. I want your game to just be at the top level that it is. No game plan being given away, but just keep playing the kind of football you are. All I wanted to say is go Saners. Cheers. Brilliant. I loved it. Very, very good indeed. All right, what we want to do now, we want to find out a little bit about you guys, all right? Most of the people in the room already do. There's a couple of player sponsors here and that sort of thing. But they may not know what I know, and that's what we're going to find out about you now. We're going to do it in our first little segment. It's called What About Me? All right, I've written down here, I know you both love your footy, but let's find out a little bit more about your journey. At what age did you first realise that you wanted to play AFL?
Like I said before, I never thought I'd play AFL. So, I don't know, I've always wanted to play it as a kid, but it probably didn't sort of get serious until I was probably 18, 19.
Okay. All right. Jack?
I think, when I was a kid, I had a massive passion for the game. Would love kicking the footy in Canberra. It's not massive, so I'd do a lot of training with Dad and kicking the footy, and we'd watch a lot of footy together. And it probably wasn't until I was 15, 16 that I realised that I really wanted to do it as a career. And again, it probably didn't click until I was a month away from being drafted. There was actually a possibility. So, especially being from the area I am, there aren't too many people that get drafted. So, it sort of happened before I knew it, and I was on a list in Sydney.
Great.
So.
Love it. So describe for us what you were thinking turning up to the club for the first day. Where to park, where to sit, who was the first person, or who was the player that made you feel welcome? Tell us what it was like when you first got down to... I know that obviously St Kilda coming there was your second club, but tell us what it was like for you arriving and knowing you're playing for the St Kilda Football Club. A lot of heritage, a lot of history. Where do I park? Where do I go? Who first came and greeted you and said, "Hey, come on, man, good to see you. Come on in." Who was that?
Well, I knew Huey Goddard just through a mutual friend, and I ended up living with Huey my first year. So I moved in with him before I even sort of got to the club, and then I think I walked in with him, and he took me through the club down at Seaford and showed me around and introduced me to a few people, and I got to see all the names and records on the walls, which was pretty daunting at the time, and it was pretty cool trying to learn all the history that was in front of me. So, very scary. 7 years ago now, so it's gone quick.
A little bit intimidated?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I remember walking in first time, and then you sort of come across Nick Rewalt and stuff like that, and it's definitely pretty daunting. But then I shifted in with Blake Acres and Big Holmesy, so sort of pretty that was a bit of an experience, bit of an eye opener. But Blake was great like that. He sort of took me under his wing, and sort of learnt pretty quickly because he was such a great friend.
Brilliant.
Housemate.
I like it. Who's been your best mate at the club since arriving? And is that still to this very day? Who's been...
For me, it's probably Lukey Dunstan.
Okay.
Fellow midfielder who's now at Melbourne.
Yep.
I just... was really good mates with him, I suppose.
Cool.
Yeah,
No, I like it.
I can't really tell you why, but we just enjoyed each other's time. We've travelled plenty together. We do plenty of stuff outside of footy together. So
that's good.
It's a friendship that is going to last a lot longer than football.
That's brilliant. I love that. That's all I wanted to ask from that question. What about you, Ro? You got...
Yeah, probably similar. Luke and Blake used to live with them, housemates.
And Rowan, of course. Sorry.
All right, now I say Steele. But yeah, and then blokes I got drafted with as well. So I got drafted with Josh Battle. So yeah, pretty close with him.
Yeah,
as well.
I love Josh. He loves coming on this show, doesn't he? I'll tell you a story backstage later. All right. Who did you grow up supporting, and who was your favourite footballer when you were growing up?
I don't know if this is a good idea to answer this.
Well, we'll do it nice and quick.
Nathan Buckley and Collingwood.
All right, there we go. See? So I told you it was quick. Moving straight along. Row.
I was a Bombers man and Scotty Lucas.
Scotty Lucas. Okay, there you go. All right, as I said, we won't harp on it. What was that feeling like when you first got a glimpse of yourself in the mirror in the full kit, knowing that you weren't wearing something that you just purchased from Kmart and it wasn't supporters gear? What was it? What was that moment like when you looked in the mirror and you go, "Man, look at me! I'm all in the St Kilda clobber."
I don't know if I ever did it. I don't know if I've ever done it. I don't know, but yeah.
It's just one of those things where maybe we don't even have to associate the word with mirror, but I'm just suggesting that you look down and you're actually in the gear, you know? It's like full St Kilda, I'm playing for the club.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't feel real.
Yeah. So it's a real kind
especially
of
when you're playing your first game, you get your jumper presented to you, I suppose, and then you put your jumper on and you sort of... We'll go into the change rooms and go to the toilet and you look in the mirror and you're like, oh my God, it's happening, it's here. So
good.
That the answer you're after?
Yes, it is. It's starting to know how I work. I like it. Ro?
Yeah, exact same as Steele.
Yeah, good enough, that'll do. Since your time at the club, who has impressed you the most with their professionalism, work ethic and work rate?
Yeah, I think Steely's obviously a great leader, and I don't want to... Other than Steely, Matthias Philippou's actually come in. I've been super impressed with his professionalism. You know, he probably almost goes over the top too much sometimes, but he's got a good head on his shoulders, and he's going to be a good player for years to come.
Just wanted to interject for 1 second. Oh, yeah, we got it. All right. But the other thing was he slept out in the field. That was, that was a...
No, I know, yeah. I know what you're talking about. You know?
Yeah, sunbaking. Yeah.
You want to share a little bit of that with now that I've brought it up? Just very quickly.
I think it was one Sunday or something, wasn't it?
It was on a Sunday.
I think it was like on a Sunday, and one of the boys went in for like an ice bath or something because they were a bit sore, and then just saw Matthias Philippou just like sunbaking out in the middle of the field. So
that's it.
I can think of better ways to spend my Sunday.
Yeah. Sorry, Jack. Just getting back to you, professionalism, work ethic, and work rate. Who would you put that in?
I think Matthias is a professional.
Yeah.
But like Rowan said, he probably goes a little bit over the top at times and hasn't learnt how to switch off yet. But Marcus Windhager is a kid who also is very professional and goes about things the right way, and a very talented kid that he'll play a lot of games for this club.
That's nice. I can see him pressing play, rewind when he sees this back. That's fabulous. Describe for us in one word the one word that you think best describes each other. How would you describe Rowan, and Rowan, how would you describe Jack?
Happy.
Happy.
Yeah.
Characteristics and personality. Happy. Okay. What would you say?
Steely. Professional.
Very nice. Describe for us your take on each other's sense of humour. What would you say Steele's sense of humour is like?
Funny? I
don't know. He's funny, all right. And what would you say Rose is like?
Immature.
Thanks, mate.
Not a bad
That's
thing.
meant with all sincerity, I know, don't worry. Do you have a cause or a hobby you were deeply passionate about outside of football?
We both love our golf. We play a lot of golf together,
okay.
so it's pretty boring, I think.
No.
Most footy players like to have a hit of golf in their spare time. So,
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Okay, I won't have to ask you now, Ro, because I got the answer. What is the one headline you would like to wake up and read about yourself?
Premiership player.
Ditto?
He beat me to it. I was going to say premiership.
Yeah, nice.
He was going to say North Smith medalist.
Yeah, good. Who's the toughest opponent you've had to match up on?
That's a good question. You go.
Yeah, I think out of the rucks, I'd say Max Gawn. I just think the way he can impact the game in the air and just his patterns around the ground are, really good.
Good.
I'd probably say Nat Fyfe, to be honest. When he was
Okay.
in his prime, he was pretty tough midfielder player, and he's very tall and athletic and can push forward and kick goals. So he's probably my hardest matchup in my career.
Good. Not every question is really good. Some of them are quite stupid. This is one of those. If you had to be asked to sing a song karaoke style, what's that song?
Jeez. Not Barbie Girl. I'm stumped on this one.
Yeah.
Probably Lose Yourself by Eminem.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. That's good. Jake, do you have one? If you had to.
Bit of Cold Chisel, Flame Trees.
Oh yeah, nice. Yeah, beautiful. What's that one smell that you can't resist or walk past?
I don't know.
Could it be a sausage at Bunnings? Could it be a...
I was going to say bacon.
Yeah, yeah.
Nothing better than waking up and
Yep.
especially when I'm at home and the old man's cooking bacon and that wakes you up pretty quick, I think.
Nice.
The Elwood Bakery smells pretty good.
Yeah, that's good. All right, okay. Have you ever found yourself in a situation where you're out for dinner and or something like that, and you get recognised and you wished you hadn't been?
This would happen to Rowan a bit more than me because he's single and he goes on plenty of dates, so I reckon I'll leave this one to him.
No, that's never happened to me.
Next. All right, okay, moving along. What's been the weirdest thing you've ever been asked to sign?
I think I've been asked to sign a baby before.
Really? Wow, okay. All right.
Yeah. I knocked it back. I didn't do it.
No.
I didn't knock the baby back.
Anything spring to mind for you,
I
mate?
don't know. Probably just phone cover or something.
Yeah.
Pretty stock.
Yeah, okay, I get that. You're walking through the airport, shopping centre or sitting at home watching KO and there's a billboard of you that comes on. What's your first reaction?
You go first.
I don't know. Not again.
Oh, touche, I like that. Very nice.
Just joking.
No?
Probably like, why haven't they picked Steele?
Okay. Two last ones for you. Do you have a normal and an abbreviated signature? So do you do a short one, or have you got a long one, or is it the same one for everything?
I've just got the same one for everything.
I've got the same one.
Yeah, okay, nice, all right. Who is the club you like to beat the most?
Yeah. I heard someone say Collingwood.
Yeah. You're happy with that answer? Yeah. All right.
Yeah, probably Carlton.
Nice. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, that was our segment called What About Me? Please put your hands together for the boys. Well done. Thank you. All right, here we go. Your questions start now. Listen to the entirety of it and then buzz straight in. Which St Kilda player has played the most games in the history of the club? Is it A, Nathan Burke, B, Nick Riewoldt, or C, Robert Harvey?
Leone. Robert Harvey.
You're right. You're off the mark with one. Excellent. How many VFL, AFL grand finals has the St Kilda Football Club played in?
Leone. 7? No. I know what it is.
Marty?
Oh,
She's close.
I have no
Does that
idea.
help?
6 maybe.
Did you say 6?
6, yeah.
No. It was 8. All right. Who is your team's captain?
Leone.
Leone.
Good-looking bloke over here, Jack Steele.
I'm not the captain, all right? Thank you anyway. Yes, you're right, Jack Steele. That's beautiful. Out of these 3 players, who has captained the St Kilda Football Club the most? Is it A, Nathan Burke, B, Nick Rewalt, or C, Danny Frawley?
Leone.
Leone.
Nick Rewald.
Is correct. Well done. Flying along. St Kilda has finished on top of the ladder at the end of the home and away season in its history, a total of A, 4 times, B, 2 times, or C, 3 times.
Leone.
Leone.
4.
Well done. Actually, no. Sorry, you're wrong. Yeah, no, it's not 4.
Oh.
Yeah. Marty, do you want to have a go? My fault. Have a guess, mate. I've already given you
3.
options. B?
Yeah.
Yeah, 2. Yes. Yeah, he's off the mark. All right. Well done. I love it when you do it with confidence. It's really good. Well done, mate. Where did St Kilda Football Club finish on the ladder at the end of the home and away season last year?
Leone.
Leone.
10th.
Yes, well done. Correct. Who wears the number 6 at the St Kilda Football
Leone.
Club? Leone.
Is Seb Ross.
Well done. All right. Now she's on a flyer. You might as well just take a seat. No. Stay there, Marty. Stay there, Marty. You're not getting out of it. For 2 points, player and goals, who was your club's leading goal kicker in 2022 and how many goals did they kick? How we going there, guys? Recently come back in. Does that help?
Leone.
Leone.
Max King.
Yes, well done. How many goals?
I'm thinking 53.
Marty, does that help? She's wrong. How many do you think?
Oh, I don't know, 50? No.
52. All right, so Max King, you get 1 point, Leone. Well done. All right. How many games did your team win last year at the end of the home and away season?
Not enough.
The boys are right here, Leone, all right? A number? Marty, you can have a go if you want. Just call
12.
out any number. That was so close, but no good.
11.
11 it is. Well done. All right. Name 3 coaches over the last 20 years.
Leone.
Leone.
We have Ross Lyon.
Yes?
We have Alan Richardson.
Yes?
We have Scott Waters.
Yeah, that'll do. There you go. Wonderful. Excellent. How many losing grand finals has the St Kilda Football Club played in?
Leone.
Leone.
Does draw count as a loss?
You give us your answer and we'll see.
4.
No. Marty, do you want to have a go? No?
No.
Just give us a number of anything.
I don't know.
Just say a number.
6.
Yeah, 6 is right. Well done. Well done, Marty. That was really good. Okay. How many members does your club currently have? Closest to within 1,000. Marty, that can just be guesses,
Marty,
buddy.
I'm going to say 17,000.
17,000.
I
Hope you haven't parked your car close by.
No, I'll walk here.
Oh, good.
I live in the bushes.
Oh! All right. Leone, your answer? How many do you think, dear?
It'd be around 53,000.
It would be around, but can you get me closest to within 1,000? Would you go with 53? Or higher?
54.
Still not there. 56,155. And congratulations, St Kilda supporters. Good on you for getting behind the club. Love it. All right. Couple of last questions for you. Remember, Marty, they're just numbers, okay? How many premierships has the St Kilda Football Club
Leone.
won? Leone.
1.
All right. There we go. Brilliant. Who out of these 3 players has won the most B&Fs at the St Kilda Football Club? Is it A, Robert Harvey, B, Nathan Burke, C, Nicky Winmar?
Leone.
Leone.
Robert Harvey.
Excellent. You got that one right as well. What are we sitting on score-wise? 10. All right. It's nice and close, Marty. All right. For 3 points, player, year and votes. How many votes, what year and who was the last St Kilda player to win the Brownlow medal?
Leone.
Leone.
It was Robert Harvey.
Yes, the year?
Was... The year would be 1999. 2000.
No. Can you give me votes?
I was going to say 21.
No, you'd be wrong on those two. You got Robert Harvey. They're just numbers, so just give us anything. What do you think? What year and how many votes?
I don't know. 98?
Yes, 98. That's good. Go with it. And how many votes do you think?
I don't know. 20.
No, wrong. 32. Bad luck. You get 1 point though. How many Brownlow medalists has the St Kilda Football Club produced in its history? Is it A7, B10, C8?
Leone.
Leone.
7.
No. Marty.
8?
No. It was 10. Bad luck. All right. What year did your team last win a grand final and who did they play?
Leone.
Leone.
We last won a grand final in 1966.
Yes.
We played Collingwood
There
and we
you go.
beat them by a point.
There you go. That was going to be my next question, so she gets another point for that. Who was the last St Kilda player to win a Norm Smith medal?
Leone.
Yes, Leone.
Lenny Hayes.
Yes. What year?
Was in 2010.
Beautiful. Well done. What year did the St Kilda Football Club become established? Was it 1903?
Leone.
Oh, yes. Leone.
1873.
That'll do me. 14 points. Whoa! You little champion. Well done, Leone. You are, what is she, Sam? What is Leone? Simply the best. Champion. Well done. Leone, look what you've won.
Yes. Oh, fantastic. Thank you.
From Jack Steele's hands to yours. Because you are
Nice
simply the
handball
best.
receive.
Well done. You don't go home empty-handed, Marty. Maybe you should have, but it doesn't matter. No, everyone's a winner here. There's a little football for you. Already signed. Congratulations. Thanks, guys. Well done. Simply the Best was proudly brought to you by Yamaha and the Big Picture People. They are the experts in home theatre technology. The Big Picture People are located in Hoppers Crossing, Clyde North, South Morang, Cheltenham, Water Gardens and the Gold Coast. Thank you very much for playing. Congratulations, Leone. All right. All right. So we've got Jacob and Maya. You two are going to be keeping score here tonight. Welcome along to the show. Have you met the boys before? Pretty cool. Yep, there you go. Look at that. How wonderful is that?
Oh, yeah.
Excellent. And Jack saying hello too. These two kids thought I was Russ Lyon before, which is this should be a good event. So what's going to happen, Sandy's going to spin the wheel. Each time the boys get a question right, you're going to keep score for them. Because Rowan's going first, Jacob, you're going to be keeping score for Rowan, and Maya, you'll be keeping score for Jack. Could you please spin the wheel? Thank you. The lovely Sandy. Let's see how we go. All right. What subject? Grand finals, number 3. All right. So, Ro, what's going to happen here, I'm going to read out the year. You have to tell me the club that won the grand final in that year. All right? Each one that you get right, Jacob's very excited over there. He can't wait to spin that paddle. You just tell me the year as soon as you think you know it. In 2018, who won the grand final?
Richmond.
No, that would be wrong. It would be West Coast. Here we go. In 2020, who won the grand final?
Richmond.
Yes, well done. All right, well done, Jacob. You're off the mark. In 2021, who won the grand final?
What's that? 2 years ago. Richmond.
Did you? Did you see Steele then? He just threw that and he went, wound him in perfectly. Got that hook, line and sinker. No, it wasn't Brisbane, it was Melbourne. Very nice, Jack. I like that. All right. In 2015, and I'd be guessing, don't listen to Jack. In 2015, who won the grand final?
2015. Sydney?
No, it was Hawthorn. Sorry, Jacob, you're not going to get the workout I thought you were.
Sorry, mate.
In 2017, who won the grand final?
Richmond.
Yeah, that was Richmond? You said Richmond, did you? Yeah. I think I did, Damien. Yeah, 2017, you got it. Well done. In 2016, who won it?
Bulldogs.
Yes, mate. All right. Here we go. In 2022, who won it? That was
Geelong.
last. Yes. All right. In 2014, who won it?
Hawthorn.
Yes. Well done. Jacob's very happy. 2010.
Collingwood.
Yeah, there you go. Jack would have got that right. Don't you worry. In 2012.
Yes, Sydney.
Yes. All right. Finished up with a total score of 7. Yeah. Well done. All right. Good on you. Good score, mate. Did you see that deep breath that he just let out then? He went, thank God. Well done, mate. That was great. All right, we're going to spin the wheel. It's your turn, Maya. You're going to be scoring for Jack. Let's go, darling. Oh, it's my show. Shut up. All right. What do we got?
Australiana, number 1.
Oh, Australiana. All right, let's play that. Let's see how you go.
Nick Kelly.
All right. No, it's not hard, mate. It's not hard. Trust me. If Jack Higgins can do it, you can do it. All right. No. Edit that part out, all right, Sam? Okay, here we go. You got 10 questions, mate. They're all pretty simple. Maya, you're going to be keeping score for each time. She's ready to go. Look at her. What are the 3 colours of the Aboriginal flag?
Black, yellow, gold, and red.
Yeah.
Yellow, gold. It's one or the other.
Yeah. So the 3 colours are
Black,
red,
and yellow.
Yes, that'll do. Thank you very much. All
Supposed to
right,
be
1
gold.
point, Maya. Okay. How many stars are there on the Australian flag?
5.
No. 6. Okay. How many states and territories are there in Australia? That's states and territories.
I'm not listening to you. There are. Let me get. There are 6 states, 2 territories.
6 states and...
2 territories.
Yes, well done. Beautiful. Good man. What Australian landmark is referred to as the coat hanger?
Say that again, sorry.
What Australian landmark is referred to as the coat hanger?
Sydney Harbour Bridge.
Yes, mate. Well done.
I wasn't. It was me.
Yeah, well done. Hey, I know, but player sponsorship only goes so far, all right? Let's just be clear. When the Australian and New Zealand troops landed on the shores of Gallipoli, what date do we commemorate this day on, and what is it called?
Is it Anzac Day?
Yes.
On the 25th of April.
There we go. Beautiful. Well done, mate. Who is the Prime Minister of Australia?
Anthony Albanese.
Well done. All right.
Johnny. Kevin 07.
Yeah. What animals are on the Australian coat of arms?
Emu and kangaroo.
Well done. Love it. What plant is the floral emblem of Australia?
What the wattle?
Yes. Very good. Subtle hints, aren't they? All right, wattle. Very good. Thank you. 1 point to Sandy. All right. Kirribilli House is in which city?
Sydney.
Yes, well done. How are we going there? 8. Oh, sir. One more question. What was previously known as Van Diemen's Land?
Can you repeat the question?
Yes, I can. Absolutely. What was previously known as Van Diemen's Land?
Tassie.
Yes! Well done. Finished up with a total score. I didn't know it was 10, but I think it was about 9, but 10's good enough. That's fantastic. Brilliant. We got it. Well done. Playing to win. We don't have any losers here. You both get a signed football. from the boys. Oh, did you see the eyes light up? I love that. Well done. There you go. Leave those score paddles there. That's well done. You're beautiful. Thanks, Maya. Thanks, Jacob. Good stuff. All right. Nice and quick. As soon as you think you know the answer, you buzz in with your name first. So you'll say Wendy when your name's Wendy, and you'll say James when you think you know the answer. Okay? Do you want to test your buzzer for me, James?
Oh, all right.
All right, no, he's right, okay. Wendy, could you test yours?
Wendy.
All right, here we go. Beautiful. Let's get started. Here's your first one. Captain Blood.
Wendy.
Yes.
Jack Dyer.
Beautiful, you're off the mark. Wonderful. Super Boot.
Wendy.
Beautiful.
Bernie Quinlan.
Yes, lovely. You know you are playing, James, so any time you want to join in. The Flying Doormat.
Wendy.
Wendy.
Bruce Steele.
Yes, Bruce Steele it is. Diesel.
Wendy.
Yes.
Greg Williams.
Yes, wonderful. Plugger.
Wendy.
Yes.
Tony Lockett.
Yeah. All right. The King.
Oh, Max King.
No, not in this instance.
Wendy.
Not bad though.
Wayne Carey.
Yes, Wayne Carey it is. Beautiful. Lethal.
Wendy. Lee
Yes.
Matthews.
Lee Matthews it is. Hungry.
Wendy.
Yes, Wendy.
Kevin Bartlett.
Yeah, wonderful. All right, Kevin Bartlett. The Kid. The Kid. The Kid.
Oh, Deb Brennan.
Yes, well done. Well done. That was great, James. Good on you, champ. Love it. All right. The Dipper.
Wendy.
Wendy?
Robert Dippier.
Rob Dipper.
Yeah,
Robert
that's it.
Dippier Domenico.
Thank you very much, Wendy. You got it all. Now, could you spell? No, that's wonderful. All right, let's go. Sticks.
Wendy.
Wendy.
Stephen Kernahan.
Beautiful. The Dock.
Wendy.
Yes.
Daryl Border.
Yeah. All right. The Flying Dutchman.
Wendy.
Wendy.
Paul Vanderhaar.
Yes. The Flea.
Wendy.
Yes.
The Flea.
Wakeman.
Dale Waitman, correct. Two last ones. The Hawk.
Oh, the Hawk. The Hawk? Is that Doug Hawkins?
Yes. Well done, James. Good man. All right. Yabby.
Wendy.
Wendy.
Alan Jeans.
Beautiful. Love it. We'll finish off with one last one. T-shirt.
Who?
T-shirt.
T-shirt. Tom Hanks.
Yes, James, you got it. Well done. All right. Yeah, Tommy Havey. Yeah, beautiful. Well, what we finish up with? 12 versus 3. Wendy, you are. Say my name. Well done. Absolutely brilliant. What we're going to do here is, Wendy,
Yes.
you've got
A lunchbox.
the beautiful lunchbox. That's yours, my dear.
Oh, yeah.
You happy with that? Yeah. Yeah. We'll pack Jack's lunch in that. I like that. And you don't go empty-handed, James. That's yours.
Thank you.
Well done. All right, there you go. Good stuff. All right. What I'm going to do now, I just want to sign off on the show. I just want to say this has been a seriously fantastic show. Thank you, everyone. To see all your smiling faces and just for everyone to be nice and embracing and welcoming of the boys, it's been wonderful. We've got one more show coming up for the end of May. Then we'll move into June. I'm about to start locking those shows away in the next couple of days. So keep your eyes and ears peeled. The next show we'll be doing is at the Dandenong RSL, which is located in 50 Clowes Street in Dandenong, and you're all going to love it because it's a Collingwood show. Yeah. There you go. All right. That show is with Tom McDonald and Braden Maynard. Remember, when you are purchasing your tickets, whether it's for this show or other shows, you can only get your tickets through the That's Good for Footy website, www.that'sgoodforfooty.com.au/events, or click on the links in the post on the That's Good for Footy page. This will take you through to the ticketing platform. This is the only place that you can purchase your tickets. Thanks to everyone for coming along tonight. We hope that you've all had a really good time. We hope to see you all again really soon, at least for the next St Kilda one. Remember, if you would like to find out when your club is going to be appearing, go onto the Facebook page and sign up, all right? And then you'll get a text message. Did most of you get a text message alerting you to the fact that this show was on? Yeah? Okay, the ones that didn't don't care, all right? Well, that's great. But go and do that anyway. That way you will be alerted when the shows are coming up. Can I now just ask you to please put your hands together for Sam, my sound guy? And while you're feeling that way, for the lovely Sandy. She makes this job so much easier, and so does Sam. A lot of people think that there's more than 3 people that put these shows together, and a lot of people think, no wonder only 3 people put these shows together. But it is only 3 of us, and we love doing it, and we love bringing it to you. So thanks for all your support, because we really appreciate it. And whilst you're now feeling in that supportive mood, could you please thank Rowan Marshall and Jack Steele? You two guys, look, I'll be honest, sometimes I get a little bit nervous because I don't want you to come along and think, oh, geez, what's he going to do tonight? I hope it's not too stupid. I'm glad that you're immature and you love it, that's fantastic, right? Because you've made tonight just exceptionally wonderful for the fans. They're going to go home with a great memory of what they've seen tonight, so I really appreciate both of you being part of it. Could you please pick up your microphones, tell us whether we will ever be able to get you back on again, and if you've had a good time tonight.
Yeah, thanks everyone for coming out. Great fun night. Thanks to Damo and Sandy for running it, and thanks everyone. Go Saints.
Thanks, mate.
Yeah, couldn't have said it better myself, but yeah, thanks for coming out tonight. Thanks for the support throughout the year, and hopefully we can do our jobs and keep it going. Big thanks to Damo and Sandy, like I said.
Thank you, mate.
Fun
Thank
night.
you.
Thank you.
Really, really appreciate it. Couple of things I want to finish up with. First thing, a mate of mine, really hard today. I've got to tell you, a mate of mine passed away with a brain tumour. So it's been pretty hard to get yourself up to come and do this show. But we've done it, and I'm really happy. And this show's now dedicated to him. So thanks, my friend. Miss you heaps. All I wanted to say now is my name's Damien. This has been the That's Good for Footy panel show. We hope to see you guys again real soon. Go Saints! Thank you very much. Thank you and good night, everyone. Cheers, guys.
Forget about the heartbreaks, the agony and heartaches. You give it all for the game's sake, and that's good for footy. And this is what you pray for every night and every day for. You give it all, then you give more. That's good for footy.
That's good for footy. That's good for footy. That's good for footy. That's good for footy. It's good for footy.
That's good for footy. That's good for footy. That's good for footy. That's good for footy.
That's good for footy. That's good for footy. That's good for footy. That's good for footy. That's good for footy. That's good for footy. That's good for footy. That's good for footy. That's good for footy. That's good for footy. That's good for footy. That's good for footy. That's good for footy. That's good for footy. That's good for footy. That's good for footy. That's good for footy. That's good for footy.